Howdy champs, my name is Mohit, and guys, today I'm going to show you how to use multiple background images in Dreamweaver, and it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward guys. Okay, let's start then. Guys, this folder next to the recycle bin my site is my local site folder. Let me open it up for you. Okay, sitting inside we have yet another folder, the images folder. Okay, and this is the HTML document guys, which has 3 images that I've used as multiple background images. Now multiple background images wasn't a reality until CSS 3 came in. Let me open it up for you and show it to you. Okay, now as you can see in this HTML document, this is the body of the HTML document guys, and it is using 3 images. Okay, so you have that background texture. Okay, then we have this image sitting almost in the center of the screen, and then you have this border all around this image in the center. So in effect we are actually using 3 images, multiple background images, and let's see how this was actually done in Dreamweaver. Okay, so let me delete this file and let's get started from the very beginning guys. Let me open up this images folder for you and show you the background images. Now this image out here is responsible for the texture. Okay, this image is responsible for the texture. The size of this picture or the texture is 344 by 300. It's a PNG file guys. Okay, and the other image, which is this one in the center, is 300 by 344. Okay, and it's a PNG image as well. And the third image, which is this black rectangle, is 310 by 300 and 354. So basically this is 10 pixels wider and 10 pixels more in height compared to this picture, okay, which is 300 by 344. This is 310 by 354. So a difference of 10 pixels, and that will account for the border, because we'll make the middle picture sit in the center of this black rectangle, so it'll give you that appearance of a background. Let me just open up all the images. See, this black rectangle has this border all around. I'm going to use that border. Okay, and this is the texture. Okay guys, so let's get started. I'm going to hit the create new HTML button guys. Alright, and the doc type is XHTML1 transitional. Let me change it to a simple one, the one that I love. Let me convert this to HTML5 doc type. Right. Okay, and let me also give it a title. Let me call it multiple background images. Cool. And guys, next what I'll be doing is I'll be using internal styles. Okay, so we need to have an opening as well as a closing style tag. But in the opening style tag we need to have the type attribute, okay, which let's Dreamweaver know that the type of CSS is nothing but a text CSS file. Alright, this is the opening style tag, which means that we also need to have a closing style tag. And guys, remember, the style tag, whenever you use the internal styles, is always within the head of the document. Right, so let me start writing the rules guys. Let me start coding now. Okay, so let me write a CSS rule for the body. I'm gonna say body Okay, give a space, and then I need to define the rule for the body. And okay, so what I'm going to say is I'm going to use the background property. So that's background property. Okay, then I need to locate my first image. So I'm going to use the URL. Okay, I'm going to go inside my local site folder, dig inside the images folder, and let's say the first image that I would want to use is the CSS3 multiple background image. Alright, let me say okay. Alright, let me save the document up. Let me call it multiple background images. Alright, so CSS3.png is the first image that I'm going to use. Okay, let me give a space out here. The next thing I need to tell the viewer is whether I would want to repeat this image or not. I wouldn't want it to repeat, so I'm going to say no, repeat. Okay, give a space. And the third thing that reviewer would want to know as an input from me is where would I actually like to place it. So I'm going to say that I would want to place it at 50% on the x-axis. Alright, centered left to right. Okay, but let's say from the top I would want it to be, let's say 150 px. Okay, so from the top I would want it to be displaced by 150 px. Right, so you need to specify the URL first. Then you need to tell Dreamweaver that whether you would want to repeat the image along the x and the y axis or not. So when I say no repeat, it means I wouldn't want it to repeat either along the x or the y axis. I would want it to have a 50% displacement on the x axis, basically bang in the center of the screen and from the top. Okay, so left to right is 50%, top to bottom. From the top I would want it to have a distance of 150 pixels. Cool, right? Then I need to put a comma out here, and then I need to get in the second picture. Okay, so again let me go to the URL of the second picture. This time guys I'm going to choose this black BG PNG image. Okay, I'm going to give a space, and then I need to say no repeat again. I wouldn't want this image to repeat either, so that's a no repeat, a space once again guys, and again I would want it to be at 50% along the x-axis, but from the top I would want it to be let's say at 145 px. Alright, and in fact, before I get in the third picture, let me take a preview up in Google Chrome. So let me preview things up in the browser after saving the changes to the multiple background images.html document. Okay, so guys, as you can see, what exactly has happened out here is that this CSS3 multiple background images is sitting bang in the center of that BG black rectangle, which has a very thin border all around. Okay, it looks like as if it's just one single image, but that's one smaller image sitting inside the bigger image. So basically these are two images, although since they are overlapping, okay, you get the feel that it's actually just one single image, although it's not. Okay, so the smaller image is sitting inside the bigger image, encapsulated by the bigger image, which is the black background image, which has the border all around. Cool. And now let's get the third picture. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to pass in a comma once again. Every time I get a new picture in, I put a comma, and then guys, it's URL again. So every time I need a new picture, I put a comma, and it's back to URL. So I'm gonna get the texture this time, guys. Okay, the name of the picture is repeat.png. Okay, and let me say okay. This time guys, I'm gonna give a space, and I would tell Dreamweaver that I would want to repeat. Okay, so I can say a repeat out here, but you know what, I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna skip it because whether you mention that or not, by default it's always a repeat. And then I need to give the position. Okay, so I'm gonna skip that too, simply because I know whether I give a position or not. By default it's top left. Okay, so I'm gonna skip the position and the repeat completely. I don't need to do that. So it's gonna pick up repeat, yes, and top left, and that's exactly what I want. So I'm gonna skip everything else. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much done. Let me take a preview up in Google Chrome. There you go, guys. So we have this background image, background texture, and then bang in the center we have two more images. So basically, guys, what happened here was we have used three images, and this is how they actually look in front of you. Okay, guys, just before I terminate this tutorial, I would like to tell you that you can give the positioning in terms of percentage, or in terms of pixels or EMs or inches or centimeters. And not only that, you can specify the position in terms of top, left, bottom, top, left, right, bottom, etc., etc. So guys, what we learned was pretty much simple, wasn't it? So I hope you enjoyed and learned something from it, and I hope to see you very soon with yet another Dreamweaver tutorial. You have a very good day, guys. Bye bye. Peace.